Stop scrolling, because what you're about to see is not just highlights, it's a warning to the entire World Cup. United States didn't just beat Paraguay, they dominated them in a way that changes the tournament conversation completely. Stay till the end to understand why this performance matters more than you think. Like, share, subscribe, and save this because everyone will be talking about it. The night America announced itself to the world. This was not just a routine group stage victory. It was a defining statement that reshaped how the global football audience views the United States. Entering the tournament, there were questions about consistency, maturity, and the ability to compete with elite opposition. This performance answered all of them with clarity. The United States did not rely on moments of luck or isolated brilliance. They controlled the match from structure, intensity, and execution. Every phase of play reflected preparation and belief. The tempo was aggressive, the transitions were precise, and the decision-making was composed under pressure. Against a traditionally resilient Paraguay side, they imposed authority rather than reacting. This is what separates competitive teams from contenders. It was not just about winning 3 points. It was about sending a message that this team belongs at the highest level. The perfect start that broke Paraguay's confidence. The match was effectively shaped within the opening minutes through a moment that shifted both tactical balance and psychological control. The own goal from Damian Bobadilla was not just an unfortunate error, it was a catalyst that immediately tilted momentum toward the United States. Early goals in tournament football carry disproportionate weight because they force one team into reactive behavior while allowing the other to dictate tempo. Paraguay's defensive structure, initially organized, began to show hesitation after conceding. Communication broke down, positioning became less assured, and decision-making grew rushed. In contrast, the United States gained visible confidence, increasing their pressing intensity and committing more players forward. This is the hidden impact of an early breakthrough. It transforms the emotional landscape of the match. From that moment onward, Paraguay were not playing their game. They were chasing control they never fully regained. Folarin Balogun's World Cup arrival. This match marked the definitive arrival of Folarin Balogun on the world stage. Scoring twice in a World Cup fixture is not simply a statistical achievement. It is a statement of readiness at the highest level. His performance combined intelligent movement, composure in front of goal, and even before his goals, the disallowed finishing. These are traits that cannot be taught under pressure. They define elite forwards. Historically, American strikers have struggled to dominate at this level, which makes this more importantly, it elevates expectations. He is no longer a prospect. He is now a central figure in the team's attacking identity. The Pulisic effect before the injury scare. The influence of Christian Pulisic was evident from the opening phase of the match, where he functioned as the primary catalyst for attacking progression. His positioning between lines created constant, he forced defenders out of position and opened channels for runners. His ability to accelerate play through quick comment, either as a creator or initiator. This level of influence explains why the team's attacking rhythm was so consistent. However, his departure due to a calf concern introduces a significant variable. In tournaments, squad depth is tested by moments like this. If his availability is compromised, the United States must find alternative ways to replicate his creative impact. Pochettino's masterclass on the biggest stage. This victory was not accidental. It was the result of a clearly defined tactical framework implemented by Mauricio Pochettino. From the opening whistle, the United States executed a high-intensity pressing strategy designed to disrupt Paraguay's buildup. The pressing triggers were coordinated, forcing errors and regaining possession in advanced areas. In transition, the team shifted quickly from defense to attack, exploiting spaces before Paraguay could reorganize. The midfield operated with discipline, maintaining positional balance while supporting both defensive coverage and forward progression. This prevented Paraguay from establishing any sustained rhythm. Structurally, the team remained compact without sacrificing attacking width. What made this performance stand out was its consistency. There were no prolonged lapses in concentration or organization. At the World Cup level, tactical clarity often determines outcomes, and this was one of the most complete and controlled displays the United States has produced on this stage. Why Paraguay never recovered. Paraguay's collapse was not a single failure, but a continuous breakdown across all phases of play. Defensively, they made repeated errors in positioning and timing, allowing the United States to penetrate spaces with ease. In midfield, there was a clear lack of control, as they failed to connect lines or dictate tempo under pressure. Transitions were particularly damaging, with slow reactions leaving them exposed whenever possession was lost. The most critical issue was their inability to track American runners moving between the lines, which consistently disrupted their structure. As the match progressed, Paraguay's attempt to chase the game only widened the gaps, creating more space for counterattacks. Psychologically, they appeared overwhelmed by both the intensity of the opposition and the occasion itself. Instead of stabilizing, their responses became increasingly reactive, which ensured they never regained control at any stage of the match. Gio Reyna's moment of magic. Even after conceding a late goal that briefly reduced the margin, the United States never lost control of the match, maintaining composure and tactical discipline. This response highlighted their mental stability under pressure, a key trait of developing elite teams. The defining moment arrived through Gio Reyna, who delivered a stoppage-time goal of exceptional quality. It was not just a finish, but a statement of authority at the end of a dominant performance. Great teams are defined not only by how they handle setbacks, but by how quickly they respond. And the United States immediately restored their dominance. Instead of allowing momentum to shift, they closed the game with conviction. Reyna's goal transformed the result from a convincing win into a statement victory. It ensured the performance would be remembered not just for control, but for its ability to finish with authority and style. This match entered the history books as one of the most significant performances in United States World Cup history. It marked the first time the United States scored 4 goals in a single World Cup match, a milestone that reflects the evolution of their attacking identity. The result also equaled their biggest victory in the competition, reinforcing the scale of their dominance. Folarin Balogun played a central role with a historic double, further elevating the significance of the night. Achieving such records in a World Cup environment carries additional weight, especially with the tournament being staged at home, where expectations and pressure are significantly higher. These milestones are not just statistical achievements, they represent structural progress within the national program. Records matter because they provide measurable evidence of development, showing that this team is not only competing but evolving into a more dangerous and complete attacking unit. Are the United States real contenders now? Before this match, expectations surrounding the United States were cautious, with many viewing them as competitive but not yet elite contenders. This performance has shifted that perception significantly on the global stage. The attacking depth, movement, and efficiency displayed suggest a team capable of troubling stronger opposition. However, realism must balance the excitement, as one dominant performance does not define a tournament trajectory. The upcoming fixtures against Australia and Turkey will provide a far more accurate measure of consistency and resilience. These opponents are likely to test defensive organization and game management more rigorously. The key question is whether this was a breakthrough moment or simply a perfect opening performance against a vulnerable opponent. While optimism has increased, true contender status is earned through sustained execution across multiple matches, not a single convincing result. The biggest lesson from USA 4-1 Paraguay. Team structure defeated individual reliance, as the United States controlled every phase against Paraguay. Pressing, movement, and discipline defined the win, proving no single player decides outcomes. Message is clear. This United States side is organized, confident, dangerous going forward.